Today we're playing 120 Days of Sturgia. I'm pretty excited, and let's just jump right in. And our story begins here, outside of the city of Varcheg. We're playing as Balder, and of course, like the classic start that you're probably familiar with, I sell off everything that I don't need. And I'll also buy some food for the road ahead. And for this playthrough, I wanted to go with two-handed weapons, so I sold literally every weapon that I had, in the hopes of buying a better two-handed weapon later on, if I could find one, of course. Now, after buying everything that I needed, and having money left over, I looked for Sturgian caravan guards in the tavern, but there was none to be found. And so instead, I recruited some recruits from the city. She's not too bad. We can also recruit her. With money left over, I decided to recruit Magna the Shield Maiden. Having a companion early on can really be valuable. And so I equipped her with the best that she had and sold what she didn't need. And so our adventure begins. Get those boys. Oh wow. While recruiting some more people to our warband, we spotted quite the amount of bandits. And it would soon show that they would just grow in numbers. After making it to Omor and getting some more men for our warband, we start chasing some sea raiders, until we stumble upon some forest bandits yet again. And this time, a caravan is under attack, and a Sturgian lord named Urik is trying to defend it. Let's help Urik. And so I decide to lend my hand and help Urik. 81 versus 108, can we win this? Putting us in our first battle and the biggest battle early game that I have ever seen. 108 bandits versus us. 81. This is crazy. I'll just let Urik control the troops. It's better that he kind of unites them, I guess. This is crazy. With no weapons in hand and given my units to Urik's command, I would try to do as much as I could and hope that Urik's leadership would win this battle, as 94 archers are no joke. Maybe we can get a weapon or something? Ooh, that's a lot of archers. That is really scary. Let's see. Are we going in? Okay, we're just going in now. That was a miss. We're spreading out so far, though. There's so many of them. I don't think we can do this. This is... Oh, yeah, dude. There's no way we can do this. There is no way we can do this. There's way too many of them. Look at that. Having fallen in battle and seeing just the vast amount of archers they had, it seemed pretty hopeless. But Urik's cavalry and him himself were able to pull through and actually get the win. That is crazy! Thank you, Urik. Now this gained us a Sturgian caravan guard for free that we employed into our ranks. And we got a decent amount of gear. With this new gear, we went back to Omor and we were able to sell it for 8k. 7.9k. We then went to the tavern and we were able to recruit 7 more Sturgian caravan guards, which I was really happy about, as caravan guards are extremely strong cavalry that are relatively cheap. We then chased some sea raiders as we had to help one of the nearby villages to clean up some brigands. And so we got into our first solo battle with some of our caravan guards and of course our recruits, and me with no weapon. That was a miss. Nice. Gonna punch you, man. Nice, that's it. And these raiders got, of course, beat up. And literally. And we got some pretty decent gear, a veteran warrior axe, and a northern round shield that I equipped myself as a temporary weapon until we could find a two-handed axe. We then went over to Varcheg, and seeing that there was a tournament there, of course I was going to join. It's a pretty decent helmet, as the rewards were a pretty good northern gilded helmet. Oh sh... He died. Yeah, no helmet for us, sadly. I joked. So I just recruited my troops and we were on our way again. That tournament was not meant to be won. And in the swarming sea of sea raiders, we found a battle. 25 of us versus 33 of them. Now, we just hope that we can actually win this. This is not an easy battle, and maybe I've been too greedy. I would say horsemen should charge whenever they start throwing. So very soon now. Raining. It's raining. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to steal it from you. Dude, my hitting is so slow. Oh! Oh my god, yeah. This might be a loss, actually. Our woodsmen got way less kills than I thought they would. But our caravan guard, like, come on, we have cavalry. Our caravan guard was doing well. They were getting a lot of kills, but there was something that wasn't completely right with what had just happened. Okay, we actually won. Okay. Did I see that correctly? No. Wait, did I see that correctly? Did you guys see that? Dude, I just started the game. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Okay, yeah, so I just died, but, you know, I hope that previous part wasn't too ominous. And so we start again, and this time we have Harald. We're using the same flag with a different name of the clan. We're choosing the name Varingir. Oh, here we already got 5 caravan guards. And after selling off everything that we don't need, we buy 5 Sturgian caravan guards immediately. Hopefully this is the new start that we needed, and this will bring us to our 120 days. And so we jump into a tournament, hoping there's something good to win. If... Oof! Oof! Okay, we need this, Dude, that looks sick. Dude, we need to do this. Come on, Harald. We need to do this. Pumped up from our new beginning as Harald, I was hoping that we could win this helmet, as I would see it as a good omen. And of course, we would have a sick-ass helmet. Okay. Here we go. I don't think it matters. Why am I shooting his legs? What am I doing? Do not come closer. Oh, 5 damage? Ooh, right in the jaw, man. Bang. Harald gained the level. Let's go. Boom. Okay, we're going for the kill. Bonk. Oh! Ay! Ooh, you have no weapon. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Second round. We got this. We got this. Okay, we don't got this. Nice, nice, nice. Nice. Dude, we're eating them alive. Get him! Get him! Get him! What am I doing? Nice! Get him! Okay, boy, we got this. We got this. I have throwing weapons. Yeah, I do. Nice, nice, nice. Dude, we got this. We got this. We got this. We got this. Come on. Come on. Ooh! Laid down. Put down. Dude, you got put down. I wanted to teabag him, but okay. We did it. Hell yeah, we got that helmet. Let's put that helmet on immediately. Oh, look at this guy. We had gotten our sick-ass helmet, and hopefully this would be the great start that we needed. After recruiting some boys and being out on our adventures, I would seek revenge on these Sea Raiders. And so we got into a battle that looks way too familiar, and I just hope that nothing ominous would happen this time. There's so many Sea Raiders, man. Where are they all coming from? 24? And I hope that we would crush these Sea Raiders and show them who's the real kings of the North. Oh! Oh! Holy man. I don't think we're gonna do this. This is crazy. That's what this is. This is crazy, lads. You guys gotta stop, you know? I know you guys just love me so much. You want my helmet, but you know, you gotta stop. It's getting a bit too much, guys. It's getting a bit too much, I gotta be honest. Oof, dead. He got deaded. Now, I try to just presume this tactic of kiting. If you've watched my previous videos, you've probably seen this tactic being used before, and I will just try to run, do some damage, and let my cavalry do charge damage. And hopefully, if I don't die, we will be able to mow down the sea raiders one by one. Now, of course, this tactic takes a lot of patience to perform, and your cavalry are also kind of exposed. It's a very risky thing to do, and of course, it would just be better to have good infantry that will be able to hold the line, and then you can expose the flanks using cavalry. Oof. But we don't have access to infantry. I'm the only one. We're starting to get a bit low. We're actually doing this, though. They're running. Did we do it? We did it! Oh my god, we actually did that? We got 6 kills? Dude, we're kind of crazy. We're kind of crazy. Like, come on. We had actually done it, and ecstatic by all the gear that we have gotten. I was pretty happy. And of course, I took some gear for myself, and we went to Omar to sell off the rest, giving us 5k. We then went out to bully some looters, and I was able to test my new axe that I'd gotten from the Sea Raiders. And so far, it seemed pretty good, and I felt extra confident having a pretty decent helmet to protect my noggin against one-shots. Let's go, boys, don't die. After this, we kept the bullying going, and we went to bully some forest bandits. Now, these would also give us more XP and better gear than normal looters. And thanks to our cavalry, we were able to disrupt the forest bandits and take minimal casualties, other than a few Sturgian recruits here and there, of course. We then went back to Omar, recruited one more caravan guard, and we were able to sell this gear for 7.6k, pretty decently, and we also stocked up on food. And then we went to destroy a bandit camp. That's 2 bandit bosses. I think that's fine though. I think we should still be able to win this. I don't know if I duels because I would lose that. Yeah, I don't have a lot of one-handed skills, so I don't do a lot of damage. Nice. And after clearing out their hideout, we got a pretty decent bow, a 180-pound war longbow. And so I decided to get new companions, and I got Caval Frostbeard, who is an archer. He couldn't use the war longbow yet, and so I equipped him with the other bow that we got, hoping that he would get better later on. A caravan nearby was under attack by a bunch of Sea Raiders, so we went over to help. 45 Sea Raiders against us 42. Yeah, I would just say I'm gonna take control of the cavalry, because we need the cavalry to attack. Yeah, I guess we just go in then. We gotta use our advantage while we have it. Well, our infantry is there. Oh shit. I'm glad that our axe is kind of heavy, so we can actually do a lot of damage to their shields. Oh shit. Oof. Oh my god, okay. That's a bit too close. Ooh, that was close. Way too close. We had some close encounters here and there during our kiting, and our infantry was of course put down. And so, the enemy routs after some time, and there's only the high rank sea raiders left, and we only have to deal with them, and the victory would be ours. Oof. We had fallen, but that didn't matter. We saved the caravan and we won. After this, we also recruited another companion, Ragna the Shield Maiden. And we talked to Grand Prince Ragnvad because a previous battle made us clan tier 1. And so we asked to become a mercenary, and they would gladly pay us 150 dinars for our influence. And we also recruited another companion, Agdil Borax. We then roamed the lands recruiting units, and we pulverized some sea raiders, and we got a pretty lucky drop by getting a lordly Nordic spectacle helmet. Now this one had more head armor than our current helmet, and so we equipped this one and gave our other helmet to Ragna. Maybe Ragna? Nice. Let's go. We then went to Omar to join the tournament that was being held there. Ooh. It was a pretty easy win, and we were able to win a helmet for Agdil Bloodaxe as well. Looking good, man. Looking good. We then went on a trip over to Battania to visit Marinath, and here I would finally be able to buy a two-handed axe, as I had not been able to find one in Sturgia. We then also attacked another forest bandit hideout, and here we saw how useful our companions actually are. After falling, but at least getting the victory, we saw that Agdil had 3 kills and Ragna had 5, which is pretty impressive. After this, we went on a little journey where we just beat up a bunch of raiders and a bunch of looters. And we also attacked the hideout where I had a pretty scary 1v1. Oh my god. Following all these battles and massacres, we traveled all the way down to Yalmaris in the Empire to buy some horses. Here we were able to find 86 Midlands palfrey, and with the money that we got from the previous beatings, we were able to buy all of them, increasing our warband's movement speed and carrying capacity. We then joined the tournament that was being held in Yalmaris, and here we faced a pretty fierce opponent in the last round, a town guard. I'm trying to time my attacks to the AI. Okay. Okay. Holy shit. Dude, I said I wanted to time my attacks. I'm doing literally the opposite. Oh my god, that was so close. That was a good 1v1. The town guard was way better than I thought it would be. He hits really fast. His swings were a lot faster than I thought they would be. That's for sure. How much is the helmet worth? 10k? Yeah, okay, I'm not going to use that. I'm going to sell that. We won a pretty decent helmet from the tournament, and I decided to sell it to recuperate some of the cost from buying the horses. We then went back to Sturgia, and we joined a tournament in Balgar, but I accidentally clicked on watch instead of join. I had to hope that one of my companions could win the brass gauntlets that I wanted. Nice. Nice. Please, Agdil, you gotta do this. Come on, your name is Bloodaxe for a reason, right? Oh! Oh, he did it! And he had actually done it. Let's go, Agdil. And so we equipped our new gauntlets, and they looked pretty nice, I gotta say. And then we moved to help a caravan where we pulverized some sea raiders, and we got again a pretty lucky drop of some reinforced Habergon. Didn't improve the armor by too much, but it's at least something. Oh, okay, we got some armor. That's nice. Then closer to Omar, we found some barbarians and decided to fight them. And so we chased them, caught them, and then the battle ensued. And so I upgraded all of my recruits to woodsmen, and now we had a full line of woodsmen to fight these barbarians, as they can be quite tough. Let's move to over here so we can throw better or whatever. Then face that direction. Let's go, boys. That's one thing I love about woodsmen. Woodsmen, they're like a machine gun. Hey, you gotta stop that. Weaklings. Our line of woodsmen turned into a rain of javelins for the enemy, which quickly led to a victory, and we had only 4 losses, and the enemy of course lost 57. We didn't even lose that many people. This battle gave us a lot of XP, a lot of renown and influence, plus we got quite a lot of gear from it, and when we sold it in the nearest city of Omor, we got 16k. At this point we had quite a lot of money, and so I decided to talk to Oleg, and I tried to ask him if we could marry Siga, and with our riches, I decided to use half of them to marry Siga, as having a companion that is on the commander level is extremely strong, especially if we want to climb the ranks of the clans inside Sturgia. Talking about clans inside of Sturgia, I talked to Raganvad, and I decided to finally become a vassal, as a previous battle against the barbarians had actually led us to be clan tier 2. And of course, Grand Prince Raganvad opened his arms, and we were now a clan inside of Sturgia, aka a vassal. In celebrations, we cleared out a mountain bandit hideout, where again our companions proved their worth. Agdil got 6 kills, Ragna got knocked out because she was already low HP, and Siga got 4 kills. We had some money left over, around 80k, and so I decided to set up some workshops. We first set up a brewery in Varcheg. You don't have a brewery? You literally called it brewer. You have the brewery. Okay, I'll buy that. We then went to Omor to set up a linen weavery. And lastly, we went to Balgard and we set up a tannery. We had now used up pretty much all our money, but now I was hoping we would have some income on the side. Because in the future, I wanted to make Siga have her own party, and I needed the money to actually be able to support us. After this, we fought around 100 looters as they had gathered in a huge army, and I took the task upon myself to clear them out. Now after this battle, we actually had enough influence to vote for something, and since Sturgia was not at war, I decided to try and vote for war against Vlandia. Oof. Ooh! Got war, baby. War against Vlandia. Maybe we can take Callias Castle, Ormondford Castle. We had successfully started a war against Vlandia with the help of the council. The bad thing is that we used all of our influence pretty much to vote for this war, which means that we can't actually establish a proper army. So now it's kinda up to the fate of our fellow lords to make a proper army so we can actually fight Vlandia. And so with the small army I was able to gather with me, Siga and Mimir, I decided to try a tactic of just killing enemy lords within Vlandia to hopefully weaken their numbers if they were to launch a siege, as we were the only army of Sturgia so far. And so I went deep into Vlandia and started sieging Drapan Castle to lure lords to me. And I quickly got 2 lords close to me, but they were a little bit too fast for me to actually chase. But it didn't take that long for them to actually just leave and run away. I guess they got bored or something. I then chased them and we happened upon a pretty big army. And Vlandian armies are usually consisting of a bunch of cavalry. And so the question was, do I want to take this fight? And so I ran into a forest nearby where the cavalry would be less useful, and I pondered, should I take this fight? They have over like 51 sergeants. They have a lot of shock infantry. They have 14 billmen, 12 vulgears. I quickly realized that they had ranked us in infantry, archers, and cavalry, and this was not a smart fight to take, so I went to negotiations. They only wanted 22k dinars to let us go, which I was extremely happy with, and I would take that over battling with a huge disadvantage. I then went to the neutral territory of Battania to rethink our plans. That's when I realized that we are the only army, and Sturgia hasn't raised another army. Raganvad had an army previously, but he must have disbanded it, leaving us as the sole attackers and defenders of Sturgia. Knowing that I can't attack with this low of numbers, I decided to go back to Sturgia. And this is where I found an unexpected enemy, a huge army of barbarians. And so, with the little influence that I had, I was able to invite one more army member, and we attacked the barbarians. If we could win this, we would get more influence and we could raise an even bigger army. And so into battle we went. The enemy army of course outnumbered us greatly, but it didn't matter because we outranked them. And I was hoping to get a lot of XP from this battle. I just hoped that the enemy didn't have too many line breakers and that we wouldn't lose too many units. Let's just make the cavalry charge, it doesn't really matter. They're so close either way, like... Let's just hold so we can do as much damage with the cavalry and stuff. Plus, I don't want to open our shield wall because they have a lot of access. They have a lot of two-handed access, which is scary. So I'll just let us pick off one by one. Let me see, how are we doing? We're not really getting around. They're kind of getting around on the flank. Okay. We could actually start to charge the enemy in the shield wall. Because the thing is, shield wall will move slow, so it shouldn't open up too many holes for the shock infantry to do damage to us. Yeah, they're running. Line, charge. After marching the shield wall against the enemy quickly routs, and it's a smooth victory for us. With minimal casualties and a lot of kills, this was a decisive victory. We got quite a lot of gear from this, and we also got a decent amount of influence, and I was able to make quite a big army, giving us 800 in numbers. I then went on my way over to Valandia to see if we maybe could siege a castle, because I haven't seen a Valandian army yet, but speak of the devil, there was a huge Valandian army on the way to Varcheg, and so I went straight to Varcheg to garrison, prompting the enemy army to go to Cranarog Castle to siege that, and so we went over to defend Cranarog. And so we broke in to help the defense, and this made the enemy army break away. And so they marched towards Varcheg again, and so we had to run over to Varcheg to defend the city. Once again, but again, when we garrisoned Varcheg, the enemy army went back to the castle, and we had been outsmarted by the enemy. Wasting our time, our cohesion had gone to critical levels, and I didn't have the influence to raise our cohesion, so the army had to disband. So it was down to me and Siga. And so we waited their numbers out, and then we rushed into the castle to hopefully be able to defend it. This is not going to be easy. This is so bad. This is going to be an extremely tough siege. The enemy vastly outnumbers us, and they have extremely high-ranking units who are going to scale the wall against our militia and me and Siga's small little army. No, it can't. I quickly figured out that the catapult could not reach the enemy army, and so I opted to throwing the fire pots instead. Gate! Okay. Gate! Alright. Oh my god. Yeah, we can't really throw that far, that's the issue. This is our last throw. They're already breaking through? I'm gonna wait until they have a little bit more people on the bridge. Gate! We killed some of our own units, but that's fine. They have such high tier units, it's crazy. This is not good. This is really bad, man. Oh my god. It didn't take that long until we got bested by the high-rank army of Vandia. But they also took a high amount of casualties scaling these walls. But they had taken the castle. After this bitter loss, the Sturgians pretty much gave up. They voted for peace and everyone said yes, giving the castle away for free to the Vandians. This was a huge bummer, and now we had to pay tribute to the Vandians, and we had lost the castle with pretty much no fighting back, other than us. And so I went on a little hiatus to get my anger out on some pesky little rebels, brigands, looters, and bandits. I went to destroy hideouts to just chase down normal brigands. Later on, I even tried to vote for a war against the Northern Empire. But everyone said no. And so after this, I had a lot of money. And so I recruited 2 more companions, Shumsan the Falcon and Bilia the Golden. I also equipped them with pretty good gear, and I made Falcon a party leader. Now I was also training a new army, since we had lost the other one in the Battle of Kranadol Castle. And the brigands I was training were proving to be quite good. Nice, keep it going. Now, quite a few days later, Sturgia was warming up to the idea of declaring war against Britannia, because Britannia was already in war against 2 factions of the Empire. And so, I started a vote for declaring war against Britannia, and with a little bit of influence, 50-50, we were able to sway the vote. Let's go! And we were able to declare war against Britannia. And this time I had influence saved up. Those brigands I had also trained up earlier, I decided to promote all of them into Sturgian-hardened brigands, making them into heavy cavalry with skirmish capabilities. Even if these tanks get knocked off their horses, their heavy armor will make them quite a formidable foe to stand toe-to-toe against. And so I used some of my influence to gather an army of numbers reaching almost 1,000 strong. There we go. We went straight for the big city of Sianon, and we besieged it. And this besiegement quickly turned into siege warfare. And so we started building siege weaponry and having a full-on siege battle. And after some time of back and forth, we were actually able to take down the wall of Sianon. And so, with our defenses in shambles and having 2 catapults and a trebuchet on our side, we launch our attack. Everyone! Go, go, go! Let's go, boys. Get in. Yo, 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 don't hit your own guys. Chill. Come on, get through, get through, get through. Push, 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 push. Go, 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 go. Push. Push! Go! Go, 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 go! Let's go! Our rampage was put to an end, but it was too late for the Battanians. They had pretty much lost Xenon to a brutal onslaught. This was quite a decisive victory, and me myself had gotten 31 kills. As quickly as the walls fell, Xenon fell. And so we captured the settlement, and I claimed it for myself. This was now our city. The army was disbanded, but I didn't want to waste any time. I rushed straight out of Xenon and was able to ambush some Battanian armies, which again turned to an onslaught. The Battanians were beaten down by their two previous wars, and they were ill-equipped to deal with us. We took the lords as prisoners, you're my prisoner, went back to Xenon, put everyone in the prisons, and then we went straight on over to Remtol Castle. Now I went with the previous tactic of full-on siege warfare, as I didn't want to lose too many troops. After our siege equipment had bested theirs, we were able to take down 2 of their walls, and so yet another onslaught begun. Just be careful, don't shoot us with the catapults. Oh, dude, chill. Chill, man. Ay, be careful. Holy shit. Okay. Oh, hello. Let's get in there, boys. This militia ain't have nothing on us. This militia is too weak. Sturgia too strong. Oh shit. We're just killing. Oh my god, I'm getting kind of... Nice, dude, we slaughtered them. Holy shit. I got 33 kills. Look at that. The Battanians had been bested again, and we had another castle under our name. But it wasn't over yet. Xenon was getting besieged by Battania's biggest army, and so a huge field battle started, where we were outnumbered. We got this, easy. Knowing that the enemy outnumbered us, I tried to disorganize them as much as possible. I sent our cavalry into a full charge and our infantry into our full charge. Knowing that our tanks of a cavalry is also a skirmish unit, I knew that they would do a lot of damage and maybe even lead some of the infantry or archers to shoot at them instead, splitting the enemy forces. Now we just had to hope that we could actually defeat them. They're literally running for their lives. Imperial Legionary. That's actually kind of scary though. Okay, pull back, boys, pull back. Don't charge head in. Don't charge head in. Oh yeah, these are cavalry. It is worse. Run back a little bit. Oh. The enemy again was slaughtered. They wasted their time with running and ended up getting shredded by our heavy skirmish cavalry. The Sturgian army actually didn't even take that many losses, only having 83 deaths. And our Sturgian hardened brigands, aka our tank cavalry, got 145 kills alone, showing just how effective they were. Now we had successfully taken 2 fiefs and defended a siege, and the Battanians had had enough. Two wars against the Empire and a war against Sturgia, they wanted peace right away. And so they would happily pay tribute, and everyone of Sturgia said yes, and I couldn't really vote against it, but I was fine with it. And so we had gathered quite a foothold into Britannia. I even renamed the city of Seanon into Kapang, which, if you know, this is one of the first Norwegian Viking established cities. But hey, I really hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please press a like and maybe leave a comment of whatever you think, as it greatly helps this video reach other people. And again, I'm thankful for having you here, and thank you for watching my video. I'll see you another time.